why Pep Guardiola leaving Man City and Man City replacing him with Maresca makes no sense for both parties involved. For one, Pep Guardiola, you will not find a better, more stable job than Man City. You will never. In Man City, you won't find a better manager willing to come in and take over for Guardiola. Enzo Maresca coming into City, you won't perform better. You won't have better results than you would with Pep Guardiola with this team. And many players like Semenyo and Guehi come to Man City because you have such a manager like Pep Guardiola. And Haaland extends his contract because you have Pep Guardiola. Your biggest enemy is 115 charges, which we all know you've already dragged under the rug. It's hidden. Nobody talks about it no more because you have unlimited oil money. So you can spend as much money to get out of that, little pickle you were in. But we're here to talk about Guardiola because at the end of the day, yes, Man City at the moment are second place, 7 points behind Arsenal. But we all know, unfortunately, I'm an Arsenal fan here, that it is a pretty good possibility that Man City still win the league because the leagues aren't won in January. They are not. They are won at the end of the season, not in January. So the whole problem here is that Pep Guardiola failed to win the league last season, and this season, at the moment, it looks like Arsenal's running away with it, but the season is not over. But even if Arsenal win the Premier League and a team that isn't Man City wins the Champions League, I still believe that Guardiola should stay at Man City. If I was Man City and I was the one making this decision, I would still keep him. And if I was Guardiola, I would still stay because Guardiola, you have no reason to be leaving because they have invested $2 billion in you. And not only that, Man City, you've invested so much in Guardiola and he has delivered. He has matched Man United's greatest achievement, which was the treble. He's won you a bunch of Premier League trophies. He has the most points in Premier League history. He had managed the player in Erling Haaland who broke the record for most goals. It's nothing but great things he's done for City. He is the greatest manager for City and will be the greatest manager to ever be a Man City manager. No doubt about that. And to me, you have to respect Guardiola. And to me, the Guardiola Man City era ends when Pep Guardiola wants it to end. And if I was Guardiola, I wouldn't end it because at the end of the day, whenever you need signings, you get signings at City. Right now, they're like, we want to bolster the midfielders. And they're rumored to all the best midfielders in England. And not only, you got Elliott rumors, Adam Warden rumors, and all of these players would love to be managed by Guardiola. And to pull them in, you have more likelihood of having these kinds of signings with Guardiola as your manager and not Maresca because Guehi, Semenyo, they're all talking about, I want to work with Guardiola. I want to, be managed by him. And imagine these guys coming in and not even having a year of Guardiola and they're signed for 5-6 years. And they have Maresca instead. They're going to be unhappy campers. There's a reason why they weren't saying yes to Chelsea. Because Maresca was there. They don't trust the Chelsea system. And it was Maresca's system. And now you're going to say, oh yeah, we're going to, clickbait you and say you're going to be managed by Guardiola, but instead you're managed by Maresca for the rest of your contract. And you didn't even get a year under Guardiola. So to me, it doesn't make sense for anybody, even if you go trophyless or you just win a cup, to not keep Guardiola. I feel like if anybody's earned them, and I'm one of his biggest haters, and I hate City, I hate Guardiola, but at the end of the day, this ends when Guardiola says it ends. And not only that, if I'm Guardiola, I'm getting treated well. You're lacking creativity amongst wingers. Oh yeah, they're going to give you the guy third in the Golden Boot in Semenyo. Oh, you're lacking center back options because of 2 injuries. We're going to get you the most sought out English center back for 20 million. Not only that, this guy starts in the Euros. This guy was wanted by Liverpool, Arsenal, Madrid, everybody. And now they've got it for him. So now you have that option instead of having to go to the other options that you would have gone with. So this guy is a class center back. So you just bolster the center back options. And not only that, when these two guys come back in a couple months, you're going to have all these options defensively. This is amazing options, man. Gee, you thought Arsenal had great defensive options. Look at all these once they're healthy. It's going to go to game 7. All the defensive options City and Arsenal have. Absolutely crazy. Look at Liverpool with no center backs next season because Van Dijk's getting older. Konate's off to Madrid. They're going to have to... They're going to be looking at Arsenal and City and be like, lads, y'all got one left over? Y'all got one left over? But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like this whole manager sacking is getting too repetitive. I feel like a guy like Guardiola, Still gotta respect them if you're City. And City, I feel like has earned Guardiola's trust and respect for the near future because every time he needs a player, every time they have an injury, they come out and they give him, replacements for injured players, replacements for players that want to leave. And these aren't like mediocre replacements. These are the replacements that everybody are looking for. Liverpool were keen on Semenyo and Guehi. So was Arsenal. So were all the best teams in the world. So to me, you shouldn't break something up and fix it if it doesn't need fixing.